problem 10-34. A company is going to acquire another company. They're going to buy them out, and they're going to record the asset called Goodwill. So Middle Telecom provides communication services in Iowa, Nebraska, the Dakotas, and Montana. They acquired Shipley Wireless Enterprises, which had the following figures. So we have to record what we are getting. We are Middle Telecom. So Middle Telecom is getting some assets, but we have to decide, are we going to record the assets at the book value? In other words, what was on Shipley Wireless's books at the time, or are we going to record what those assets are at the market value? Well, the answer is you record them at the market value. So we're getting $900,000 of assets, but we're also we're taking over that company's liabilities. And I'll show you why I'm skipping that line in a bit. So let's see what we are getting. So what we're getting is the net assets. Net assets is the assets minus $550,000. So what we're getting in actuality, because we're going to have to pay those $550,000, we're getting 900,000 subtract 550,000. So we are getting out of this deal $350,000 of net assets. Again, net assets are the assets minus the liabilities that we're going to have to pay off. And what did we pay? Well, we paid $1 million. We paid $400,000 of cash, so our cash has to go down. And we have notes payable of $650,000. So we paid $1 million to get something that's really worth $350,000, which again is the net assets, which means assets minus the liabilities. So why would we pay so much more than what we're getting for the company? Well, we're also getting their customers, who most of them will probably continue. So we're buying a continuing business. So now we cannot record this transaction until this transaction balances. So we have to figure out what the balancing amount is and which side it's going to go on. So to do that, I'm going to clear my calculator. So we're going to take, obviously our credits are greater than our debits. So let's figure out what our credits are. We got 600 and 400, that's $1 million. So we got $1,550,000, and then we're going to subtract the 900,000. So that means we had to put this $650,000 right here. And now if I re-added it, both sides would equal. And so what this number is representing is an asset called Goodwill. So all Goodwill is, it's when you purchase another company and you're paying for more than what you are getting, and getting is in quotes. Goodwill is the plug number that makes the transaction balance, and it's considered an asset. Record purchase of Shipley Wireless. So, requirement 2, what special asset does Middle's acquisition of Shipley Wireless identify? Well, it's this one, Goodwill. The acquisition identifies the asset Goodwill. Okay, we already mentioned that. How should Middle Telecom account for this asset after acquiring Shipley Wireless? Well, what they need to do is they need to measure the fair value of that asset, and it's pretty complicated, so it's beyond the scope of this class. And if the asset has increased in value, because we're conservative as accountants, we record nothing. So the company gets no benefit on the books if the goodwill increases. But if the value of the asset, and the asset is goodwill, has decreased, we need to record a loss and write it down. Again, because accountants tend to be conservative. And that's it.